Senator from Chester, Senator Stubbs, what purpose do you rise, sir?
For introductory remarks, Mr. President.
You are recognized for introductory remarks. Senator from Chester.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're doing good on time is what Senator Johnson said over there, so I'm going to try not to mess that up. Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen of this hallowed chamber, it's my honor and privilege to come to you today and tell you a story of a simple man that humbly accepted the call of the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, a path of service to our great state. This man, Mr. President, was born in beautiful Greenville, South Carolina, to a father that selflessly wore a badge as a deputy of the Greenville County Sheriff's Department, and a mother that dedicated 55 years of service to the Greenville hospital system. But most importantly, a son that was raised in a family that put the Lord as a priority. After graduating as a Greenville Senior High Red Raider, this young man continued his studies at Lander University in Greenwood, South Carolina, where in 2008, he earned a business degree. Fresh out of college, in a world that had just been turned on its head with a financial crisis, that young man took a chance, a leap of faith, and moved to an unknown land in Chester County, South Carolina. For 3 years, that young man commuted an hour to and from Charlotte, North Carolina, to the Charlotte School of Law to get his law degree. Challenges definitely presented themselves during that time. Right after the first semester of that young man's law school career, his father unexpectedly passed away. It was a dark time and a hard time in that young man's life. But the same struggles of losing his father also fueled the fire for that young man to try to make his father proud. After graduating and passing the bar, that young man was still in a dark place. But on August 25th, 2012, with saying 2 sweet words before God, his friends, and his family, he was lifted out of a place of darkness and into a light, happy place. A few short years later, that young couple welcomed into their lives a young man, red-headed, stubborn, and hard-willed, named Everett Stubbs IV. Now, he's got the same name that I do, the same name that my dad did that he never got to meet, and his granddaddy. But one thing for sure we know is he got our temperament as well. A few years later, our family was complete. And Mr. President, if you weren't sure, this story's about me. Yes, sir. But a few years later, we got to welcome in the girl that completed our family, Ann Margaret Stubbs. She's got green eyes, her mama's smile, and she's absolutely stolen my heart. Mr. President, over the last 2 years, I've explained to people across Senate District 17 that encompasses Chester, Lancaster, Fairfield, and York counties that I can't guarantee them anything, but I can promise them one thing, my absolute best. And that's what I plan to provide for the citizens of District 17. I'm very humbled to be here today. This is a hallowed chamber full of tradition, full of love, and full of good things that come for this state of South Carolina. In closing, Mr. President, I'd be remiss if I did not proclaim that our work here is to glorify the Lord, and hopefully our work over the next 4 years will fulfill what he has in mind. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator from Chester. Thank you.